Doing a red eye raw, because why the fuck not? Don't really have a ton of specific topics in mind. My pipe stem is kind of broken. It's still usable, but I dropped it the other day. Snapped off the back half of it, so that's pretty lame. Thinking I might do my monthly movie recap here soon, because I've watched a ton of movies. Yeah, just last night I watched the sequel to The Town That Dreaded Sundown. It's a meta sequel, kind of like the Human Centipede sequels. It was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't like spectacular, but it was pretty good. The one thing that's annoying with pipes is you gotta constantly keep the air flowing through so it doesn't go out and you don't gotta relight it. If you pack it good, though, you'll never have to do that. You just gotta do that, get it flowing again, right? Um, what's up, Anthony's Flash Archive? How are you? Good, glad to hear it. Yeah, I'm on my current watch through of Game of Thrones with Corbin. We're on season 2. We're about to watch Blackwater next time we watch it. Also started watching The Office with the server, so that's pretty cool. What's up, Chip? How you doing? Hey, what's up, DJ Boy 89? How are you? Good, glad to hear it. And if you're wondering what that orange light is behind me, that's a propane heater. Now that I finished that pipe already. If so, I'm probably not going to refill it just because I did smoke earlier today when we were working on my car, because we did my brakes today. So that was pretty cool. Finally got that done. Like, I hate vehicle maintenance. It's such a pain in the ass. With my brakes, so they were pretty fucking nice. Hope everything is well. Yeah, no, it's going good. Hey, what's up? Bother me none. I don't have any particular topics tonight, so anything you guys want to talk about, feel free to chip in. But nevertheless, getting my want to play Scribble again tonight? Yeah, we could probably do that. Have you seen that horrible, unfunny 6-7 meme? Yes, I have. I don't even get it. I didn't care to look into it, but yeah. Yesterday I got Family Guy, Futurama, Office Space, and the animated Spawn on DVD from a thrift store. Badass, dude. Fuck yeah, that's a good haul. So like another thing, what was I talking about? I lost my train of thought there for a second. Oh yeah, tomorrow I'm probably gonna watch V. Well, tomorrow the plan is to watch V for Vendetta with Horizons and Spencer. So that'll be fun. I don't think we'll do a stream of that. I haven't been doing Red Eye Theater streams as often. It's more of an occasion thing now, but To be fair, the 6-7 meme wasn't meant as a bad, or wasn't as bad as Hawk Tuah, but it's still annoying and I don't get it. Yeah, Hawk Tuah I at least got, right? I understood what the joke was. 6-7, I do not get the joke. Fucking hate that 6-7 bullshit. I hear it everywhere at school. Yeah, I'll bet. I don't get fucking Zoomers, like young Zoomers, and I don't think it'd be Gen Alpha yet, right? Gen Alpha's probably still really young. I don't really know my generations, but fucking young Zoomer memes are weird. Like older Zoomer memes are all right, but young Zoomer memes can be infuriating. I'm not in school anymore. Yeah, I know you're not. Bothering me none. And neither am I, obviously. I graduated 13 years ago. Isn't that crazy? Like, that's nuts to think about. The 6-7 meme is retarded, yeah. You know what else is retarded? On Twitter, there's like a common meme where people will take an image and they'll be like, I can't figure out how to get this into my header. Never mind, figured it out. And then they don't make it their header. It's like a joke. Like there'll be a person that they don't like and they'll be like, how do I fit this in my header? And then they put a trash can in their header. And they're like, got it. But it's really stupid, and I see it everywhere on my Twitter feed when I look at it. Like, I don't really use Twitter. Like, I don't post anything, and I only scroll every once in a while. But when I was looking at it the other day, that's all I fucking saw, was that fucking header meme, where it's like, oh, I can't figure out how to fit this in my header. Never mind, got it. I don't get it. I really don't fucking get it. Really, people born in 2010 to 2014 that repeat these weird memes? I mean, yeah, maybe. Shrek 2 isn't my favorite DreamWorks movie anymore. It's The Last Wish. Puss in Boots 2, yeah. Puss in Boots 2 kicks ass. I'll give you that, yeah. I still prefer Shrek 1 and 4. But Puss in Boots 2 is really good. You were in the class of 2024, but dropped out in 2022 because your mom thought it would be better for your mental health? Yeah? Okay. Now, I graduated high school in 2012. And, then I took a year off, just kind of fucked around. I got a job not too long after, like during that year, like a year off school, I mean. Actually, it was a couple years, it might have been. No. I think I started school up again in was it 2015? No. Yes. It was 2015. Because what it was I, like going to college, I mean, right? Because I took a few months off doing no work, and then I got a job delivering newspapers, and then I did that for 3 months. Got the job at McDonald's, which I had for 3 years. Right while I was working at McDonald's, in around 2015-ish. Actually, no, it would have been more like 2014 or 2013. I started going to college. I did 4 semesters in college over the course of like 3 to 4 years. And then I dropped out of college because like the first semester I went was pretty standard. I took, I think, 3 classes, and that was fine. Second semester I took, I think, 3 classes again, but I kind of stopped going to one because the teacher pissed me off. Like, this professor, like, he was one of those pretentious ones that likes to do everything by his own, what's the word I'm looking for? His own methods. Like, he doesn't like, doing everything the way that everyone does, and he doesn't do grading. Like, he does grading very differently. You're guaranteed a B as long as you do all the work, right? And on paper, I like that idea. But the way he implemented it is like there was a memo he wanted me to write. And he didn't really tell us the format he wanted. So I tried typing the memo, and I sent it. And then he emailed me saying that wasn't good enough and it wouldn't count. And he was really bad at communicating and shit. And like after a couple of times, I honestly forgot I had that class. I just kind of stopped going. So big waste of time and money. But, not my money because I was on financial aid, which I don't agree with. And that's not a choice I would make in this day and age. I think it's a bullshit system and I regret ever doing it. But nevertheless, that is what happened, right? Thank God you weren't indoctrinated, yeah. used to have a part-time job and welfare money. I mean, I'm not a big fan of welfare money, but I'm not gonna judge you for having that because again, I took fucking financial aid in college. Again, I regret doing it, but can't really do a whole lot about that now. What's your opinion on SML? Also, Howard Stern kicks ass. So, old school Howard Stern was really funny. He's a fucking pussy now. And the guy's always been kind of a scumbag, but he at least used to be an entertaining scumbag. He doesn't really have any principles. Like, he's totally fine with silencing other people who talk shit about him, but he wants to have his right to speak. And he's always been like that, even back when he was funny. That said, I enjoy the Howard Stern show, mainly because of things like Beetlejuice and stuff like that, right? As far as SML, SML can be really great at times, and other times it can be really bad. It just depends. Everybody's a fucking scumbag. I mean, oh yeah, especially any celebrity, but Howard Stern in particular is a piece of shit. Old SML was great. I still think it has some great ones that it does now. I can understand your point of view on welfare, especially since a lot of people abuse it. Yeah. Well, I'll put it this way. Although I'm not in favor of welfare, I would much rather our money went to our own citizens here rather than what's the word I'm looking for? Rather than going to other countries overseas to interfere in shit that we have no business being involved in, right? Celebrity and politician worship is cringe. Oh yeah. What are the parts of SML you don't like? There's a lot of parts I don't like, but there's a lot of parts I do like. For me, it's just sometimes they can be really boring, where they just kind of run a joke into the ground, or it's a joke that's not particularly funny. Like, for instance, let's use a kind of newer SML thing. There's this thing with some basketball player being obsessed with selling coffee, and that has never been funny to me. And like half the time, Brooklyn guy, who is my favorite character, is in the show. That's all he's fucking talking about, is how this guy's obsessed with coffee, or he's talking about the Miami Heat. And I don't care about any of that. My roommate's moving out at the end of the month, so luckily I won't have to deal with living with someone else. Yeah, Brooklyn guy's great. I love him. Oh yeah, Brooklyn guy's by far the best character. Love Brooklyn guy. Like, some people complain that Brooklyn guy's in like every video now, but I honestly think that's great, even though a lot of his jokes haven't been great lately. I lost interest in SML ever since they moved into the mansion. Not me. Like I said, there's some really good new episodes. Like Jeffy's Time Machine is really good. Time Machine. I'm doing it now. Jeffy's Lie Detector is really good. And Marvin's Brother is really good. There's some good ones still that they make. It's just I have to kind of take a break from SML every once in a while and then kind of binge it and find the good ones. So I don't watch it, like, consistently. Sorry if I sound like someone who's been nostalgia-baited, but I just lost interest. Oh, no, that makes sense. I've lost interest in their stuff multiple times. What's my favorite cartoon? All right, so let me add some caveats. Do you want me to just count adult cartoons, just count kid cartoons, count both, and then find my favorite from there, or give you an answer for each? Because there's different answers. And it is tough because there's quite a variety. If we're talking in its prime, name one of both? Okay. So in its prime, South Park was my favorite. In its prime, when it was good. So I'm talking seasons 5 through 14. That's peak South Park right there. Like, that was my favorite cartoon. If we're talking kids' cartoons, Invader Zim. Easily. Love Invader Zim. Ren and Stimpy's also really good. My favorite adult cartoons are South Park and Moral Orel. Yeah, Moral Orel is one of my favorite shows as well. Moral Orel is in my top 5 favorite shows. So, same here. I love Invader Zim. Yeah, it's great. My favorite show of all time is Red Dwarf. Which is a British comedy, if you guys are unfamiliar with it. It's about this guy named Dave Lister, who's the last human being left because he was put into stasis, which means he was like frozen in time, right? And then while he was in it, the entire crew of the spaceship he was on got wiped out by a radiation leak. And then he wakes up 3 million years later to find out everybody's dead. And as far as he knows, he's the last human being in the universe. But there's other characters, right? Like there's this character named Cat who literally evolved from Lister's cat. Like there was a whole cat society. And then there's Crichton, who's a robot. He joins the crew in season 3. He's introduced in season 2, but he's played by a different actor. And then then the other main character, my favorite character, is Arnold Rimmer, who is a hologram of Lister's bunkmate, who he hated, and is a total like coward. He's a fucking weasel, and he's super he's a stickler. He's really fun. I know that's not what anybody asked, but that's the tangent I went off on. My roommate watches Invader Zim all the time. Oh, there you go. I remember watching both the older seasons of SpongeBob and Ed, Edd n Eddy as a kid, as well as the SpongeBob Halloween special all I had on DVD. Yeah. Cartoon Network used to be great, but now it's shit. Yeah. The last truly great Cartoon Network show was Regular Show. I would say that the last, like, era where Cartoon Network was still good was, like, 2008 to 2009. Like, Regular Show came out in 2010, so it's an outlier. But, like, you know, things like Flapjack and Chowder are when the show was still, like, running strong and it was starting to, you know, kind of peter off. My favorite cartoons are South Park, Family Guy, Kevin Spencer, Drawn Together, The Nut Shack, and Beavis and Butthead. Okay. There you go. Yeah, the SpongeBob Halloween DVD as well. Yeah, I have that DVD, actually. I forgot about Kevin Spencer. Kevin Spencer was funny as hell. I've never even heard of Kevin Spencer. I also watched Fanboy and Chum Chum as a kid. Fanboy and Chum Chum has a certain charm to it. I wouldn't call it good, but it can be interesting, and it can be funny. I'd like to say this yesterday, the Supreme Court is deciding about gay marriage, and though I don't think it should be overturned, love is love, same thing, I have a hard time having sympathy. So, it's not about love. Marriage is a contract that is specifically designed for the rearing of children. And it wasn't enough that they were given civil unions, which were literally the same thing, but they had to, like, actually take the name because they wanted to say fuck you to Christians. And that's my problem with gay marriage. Now, it's not like a major issue to me, but the problem I have for it is it's not a real thing. Marriage is a specifically defined type of contract, specifically made for building a family. And you can't do that with homosexuality. It's just not possible, right? Now, they had civil unions, which, again, had the same tax benefits and stuff, but, again, that wasn't enough for them. They had to steal the name, too. SpongeBob is my favorite mostly because of the memes. Yeah, SpongeBob is good. Kevin Spencer is basically the Canadian version of South Park. Okay, yeah, I've never heard of it, but then again, I'm not Canadian, so there you go. Reason why I have a hard time for sympathy is because of what I posted in your server. It's getting out of hand. Oh, yeah, dude, it's been like that. It's been like that for a long time. You're noticing it now, which is important, because, you know, when people have a visceral emotional reaction to the pushback against the whole LGBT bullshit, there's a reason there's a pushback, and people like to ignore it and pretend, oh, you're just hateful, when they don't understand fully that there are valid reasons for having an issue with this ideology. And they say it's not an ideology. It absolutely is. My issues are women's spaces in schools. I mean, yeah, that's definitely a good place to have issue. I have issues in many other places on top of that, but that's a start. My roommate lets me say the F slur despite him being queer. Well, yeah, gay guys tend to be the chillest in the alphabet community, right? Like, because at the end of the day, they're guys. And men are much chiller than women, and trannies are usually injecting themselves with estrogen and stuff, so they're not thinking clearly. Not to mention they're deluded and living in a fantasy land, but that's beside the point. Well, actually, no, it's not beside the point. It actually is the point. And And like I said, I don't give a fuck if someone misgenders someone else. I gave up. Good. Again, Chip, this is growth. You're stepping the right direction. We all get there eventually, man. It's called fatigue. And there's many types of fatigue. This is one of them. He's never hit on me at all before, too. Well, I would fucking hope not. Like you said before, they bring this upon themselves. Yes, they do. He's very to himself, luckily. That's good. Recently spent a whole hour cleaning my room. Okay, cool. They cause all these issues with people and then try to ruin their lives. Yep. Looks so much better now. That's good, man. It's always good to tidy up. Jordan Peterson may be a fucking lunatic now, but he was right about that. Luckily, it was just a clothes mess and not dirty food. Yeah, that's good. Luckily, it was... Oh, no, I just read that. Well, I'm disabled and use the R word, though I try not to use it as much as I used to. I mean, retard is one that people tend to still be okay with. And you'll even find a lot more circles that are okay with faggot. You say nigger, though. A lot of people are going to freak out about that. I'll admit I've been a bit depressed this year, but I do hope things will get better. Yeah, dude. It's all about mindset, right? And I myself was going through a bit of a rut, earlier this year. But I've been really positive these last few months, so... Even though things have gone to shit in many ways. It's all about mindset. Like, now I see more of what you're saying about people's pronouns as a form of enabling. Yes, because it validates them. Like, notice, whenever you see a trans person posting on social media, they always are looking for validation. They're always looking for compliments. And you see people saying that they're beautiful, they're gorgeous, they're radiant, and all these things, shoveling compliments onto them, which enables their delusion, and then they feel entitled to that, because they're like, well, I'm great, I'm a 10 out of 10, I'm perfect, you see, I'm right. And so then that gets it all in their head, and they become total fucking narcissistic pieces of shit. Exactly, that's the problem, yeah. Everyone has a depression phase at some point in their life. Well, I don't really like the concept of just believing that depression is like, I think that there are a lot of thoughts with depression that people basically give up on trying to tackle it, saying, oh no, it's hopeless, it's a chemical imbalance, shit like that. No. It's all about mindset. And, if there is a chemical problem, it's probably because of your diet. I've had relatives that my whole life were super depressed and super, gained a ton of weight. And then they changed up the way they eat. They're eating healthy, they're working out, and guess what? They're a lot happier. T and L are the most annoying people, in my opinion. I agree 100%. And then the other thing is there's a lot of made-up ones that are just the same thing again. Like, when people say, pansexual, it's literally the same thing as bisexual. Or when people say, abrosexual, it's literally the same thing as both of those two. Or when people say asexual, it's not a thing. They either have a fucking deficiency where they can't... their hormones don't work. Like, their body has some sort of imbalance. Or they're just lying to try and feel special. Same, I've been through some bad times, but I'm managing it and getting better. Yeah. The G's and B's are less annoying to me. In fact, I can be friends with them. Special labels, yeah. No, I agree. Like I said, gay guys and bisexuals, because First off, lesbians don't exist. Women don't view sex the same way that men do. And they may think they do, but they don't. So when they think that they're like when they're being like lesbian and shit, it's typically just a way to say fuck you to men. It's a thing where they're just fucking being spiteful, typically, which is why lesbians tend to have the highest amount of domestic abuse. Like if you can look it up statistically, lesbian couples have the most domestic violence out of any group, and ironically, gay guys have the least amount of domestic violence per any group. And the reason for that is because women are the problem. I hate how they keep adding random letters. Well, yeah, like I said, there's a bunch of shit that doesn't exist that they make up. Anyway, I'm probably going to wind this stream down, and I can go in and play some Scribble now if you want. Bother me none. Maybe we'll stream some Scribble here in a sec. I'm just going to go ahead and wrap this one up. So, pretty short Red Eye Raw, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good one. Toodles.